Hello, thank you for joining me on 8. I am Maggie with me, multidimensional Maggie. And what are we doing here? We are doing the Brian Scott Momentum Challenge from Reality Revolution. However, it's just momentum. It's pouring over past the 30 days. What are we on? Day 39. Day 39. Woo, day 39. Put a 6 in there and you'll have what Tesla says. You want to understand energy. If you want to understand the universe, learn about 369, energy, frequency, and vibration. But anyway, what is today? Day 39. Yo. Okay, so we are going to welcome in God, our creator. We're going to ground into the ground, just feeling the peace, the joy. We are going to welcome in these angels. Welcome in, angels. Okay, perfect. She walks with angels, and so do you. Okay, so on day 39 on this Momentum Challenge, what I'm going to challenge you for, so we have created sort of a 90-day container for our wishes and dreams, purposes. It could be a wish, a dream, a purpose, or acts of service that you want to manifest into the material form in the next 90 days. So everybody, whether you're joining now or you're joining late or early to the party or whatever, just settle in on what that is for you. And each day we're just going to be building momentum around it. Now, many of you will manifest before the 90 days, which is the 90-day mark would be about 4th of July. Okay, so, and we're on day 39. So give or take a day here when I have, challenges here. But anyway, so I want you to, we are holding that wish fulfilled. And we are occupying the state that it's fulfilled. And that we are using the law assumption to the assumption mismostis that it's done. Okay? So I'm going to challenge you. I am challenging you this. In the Bible, it talks about how the Israelites were wandering around in the wilderness and the promised land was right there. So you got to reach out for that promised land. Okay, so why didn't they go into the promised land? Because they did not follow God. So I want to put this challenge to you. I know that all of us have some connection to our Creator, to God, in the way that we do. In our daily practice, when we sit in the silence, as Neville will call it, or I'm going to do another video on that too, but if you aren't taking the time to connect with the Creator, it's the most important relationship besides connecting, which the Creator lives within you, so connecting with you and the Creator within you. Like Reverend Ike would always say, thank you, God in me, because it's not just some God out there. God is in me, living in me. So spending that time getting to know the Creator within ourselves is so important. Okay, so having that time in the silence, just building that connection so that you're growing trust. And I know that each and every one of you, God, the Creator, the universe, spirit, however the goddess, has put it into your heart. A deep-seated chief aim, a deep-seated wish, a deep-seated dream, a deep-seated purpose, a deep-seated act of service that you are going to materialize into the 3D. So I'm wanting to tell you today that connection that you have, whatever that is that God has placed on your heart and you put in this, time to achieve and transform in these 90 days, which I know a lot of you won't even need the 90 days, but you'll still be momentuming with us. I want you to know that God put that on your heart for a reason in such a time as now. And so it's up to you to march out of the wilderness into the promised land. You need to reach it. You need to take it. Now, what kind of things kind of got them off track? One thing was a heck of a lot of complaining. So I want to challenge you while we're in this place for our, manifesting our dream, wish, purpose, or act of service. I want you to watch yourself. If you are not talking yourself up, ole no, don't do it. If you are not speaking well of others, ole no. If you catch yourself complaining about how, whatever, complaining like the Israelites complained, there wasn't enough food. God even gave them manna from heaven every day to teach them to trust. So I want you to challenge yourself that if you catch yourself complaining, pump the brakes, burp, and it's just a little bit of awareness and a course correct, okay? Actually, Yoko Ono has a wonderful quote. She says something like, for 30 days, don't talk shit about somebody else. Like for 30 days, make an effort to not to say a negative thing about anyone. And she says, watch your life transform. That's what I'm challenging you here to. Not to say a negative word of another, but also not to complain as best you can in your world. You're going to, catch yourself falling off. I'm going to catch myself falling off, but guess what? We're going to fall back on because we know walking and standing is a series of falling. So that's part of the challenge. The other part of the challenge is reach for it, right? You can't just sit back and the promised land is there. So your goal to build a successful YouTube channel is right there. And then you don't post videos or you don't take the steps forward to improve yourself or to put content, right? Okay. And what the Israelites, they complained about the food. They complained about, oh my gosh, it would be better to die out there than to be slaves to the Egyptians, as they say, what have you. Just watch, kind of cut back on that or cut it out altogether. But the other thing too is they weren't grateful. And there was so much to be grateful for. And even though I know we are going through challenging times, in every time in history, when there was a challenging time or dip, there were always a bunch of people who succeeded over the top. Well, guess what? That's us. That's us. This is the I'm so happy and grateful. Large sums of money come to me. Large sums of love come to me. Large sums of health come to me. That's us. We are primed and we are sitting here and praying here and meditating here and taking action here as the New Earth Social Memory Complex community. So don't let your heart drop into a place of not gratitude. Be looking for all the ways that you are and will be succeeding. Okay, right here and right now, you are going to take that big leap of faith. You're going to reach out for the promised land and you're going to walk right into it. You are going to trust God. When you're in that meditative space and you've got that message that you need to write that book, or you need to do the poetry, or you need to start an exercise program, or you need to start a goddess circle, or whatever it is, you need to start a program for men to help them have a place to heal. Whatever it is, God placed it in you. So follow and trust God's plan for you. And so I'm challenging you to trust and follow God's plan for you. I'm trusting to reach and walk into the promised land. I'm challenging you to drop the complaining. Just be very aware of, how's the inner talk? Am I talking myself up or am I the first to talk myself down? And if you find yourself beginning to, you're around other people and you're realizing wow, I'm in a place where a lot of molecules don't see me in a positive way. Wow, I'm in a place where I have this dream and people are complaining or talking me down. Hey, that's a clue. That's a clue. That's maybe not your people. And so I want you to take this very seriously in what you are doing in this next 90 days. Because every step that you take, every move that you make, the Creator is with you and is watching you. And He'll be with you and she'll be with you. Every breath you take, right? So this is important that we stand in our energy form. We are the tuning forks of love and of light and of health and of wealth and of strength and of wisdom and of calm and of meditation. And there's just so many talented people here of music. Dan, the piano man. We've just got so many gifted people out there. We've got Jan and her PT program. There's no limits to the talent. So it's just a matter of, trusting, reaching for the promised land, walking into the promised land, cutting out the complaining, and just trusting God that He put this in you for a reason, and that reason is going to prosper you and many others. So that's day 39, and we thank you, angels. We thank you, angels. So that's your challenge for day 39. Thank you so much for joining me. So many good things are happening to all of us. Just be looking down the pike, in the pike, maybe back in the pike if you want to grab something back there that you need to learn from. But most of it, forward focus. Let's do this. We got this. Yeah. Okay. Now is the time. You are going to hit that like, you're going to hit subscribe, and you're going to leave your positive comments, because I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what you're manifesting. I want to know how life is in your neck of the woods. And prayers out to the whole world. Everywhere we look, there's good and bad happening. We just want to blanket the world in prayers and uplifting. All right? Well, you know what's next. You know what's next. Work those fingers. Here we go. Peace in. Peace out.